Hello everyone and welcome back to Bitcoin Tips. So today we're going to be talking about the best and highest paying Bitcoin cloud mining site here in 2025 that lets you start mining Bitcoin to where you can be earning as soon as tomorrow. So if all of that interests you, I want to make sure to ask you to stick around through the entire video so that you don't miss out on any of the great tips and tricks that I have to help you earn more and keep more Bitcoin coming into your wallet here in 2025. So you're best prepared for the bull run. So with that being said, before we dive in, I do always like to start off here on CoinMarketCap just as a point of reference if you happen to be watching this video in the future. So if you aren't interested in this portion, feel free to skip ahead 1 to 2 minutes and we'll be getting into the site then. But overall, as you can see, crypto's down a little bit today, but overall, pretty flat, only about 0.5% down to a total market cap of $3.85 trillion. So, of course, top 10 are going to look pretty similar with the exception of Ethereum and Tron, which are both up just about 1.1%, or I guess 1.2% for Ethereum now. But overall, things are kind of trading sideways, and that's not necessarily the worst thing. It actually means that you have an opportunity to gain more cryptocurrency now at this relatively stable price before things really take off. Now, of course, if you're not new to crypto, you're going to know that Bitcoin, the original coin here, is a proof of work POW coin, meaning you have to mine it to earn it. Now, of course, there's a ton of ways to get Bitcoin these days, but if you want to earn Bitcoin, the most common way is mining. Now, mining with Bitcoin has become very different than when it was first starting out. Back in the day, you could do this with a CPU, a GPU, pretty much on any computer, an old laptop, a desktop, even a nice gaming rig. Nowadays, you have to spend tens of thousands of dollars on ASIC computers that do just one thing, and that is mine Bitcoin. And they use a lot of power, generate a lot of noise, and a lot of heat, and it's just not realistic for most people to run at home. So that's where cloud mining comes in, where you can actually rent other people's computers, earn Bitcoin with them, and get the benefits of mining without having the drawbacks of running the equipment yourself. So let's jump into the site and talk about this. Now, I do want to start by saying the link is in the description below if you're interested in checking this out, but the information in this video is at this point in time. With cryptocurrency sites, there is always a risk that you could lose your money, the site might go down, whatever it might be. Now with this site, I wouldn't be making a video about it if I didn't trust it. I've been using this site for over 5 years. I have gotten paid several times from it, and it continues to pay me. Now that is at the time of recording, which is 7/24 of 2025. Now, with that being said, I highly recommend you check it out. At least do your own research on it beyond this video. See what other people are saying about it. But as you can see here, it's a pretty clean dashboard. Now, if you've not watched my previous videos here on the channel, you might not know that I have a theory about cloud mining sites where if it's a very fancy, flashy website, chances are it might be a scam, because all of the cloud mining sites that I have ever used that have been legit, paid out over many years with no issues, have all been very basic websites. As you can see, this one, it's white, it's got some blue text, kind of a little bit of their branding, and a nice banner here. Other than that, it gets the job done without fancy graphics, 3D effects, things like that, because they're a business. Why are they going to pay that much extra to get the same result when you could have a simple website? Of course, that's just a theory, but it is something that I've noticed over almost 10 years in cryptocurrency. Now, as you can see here, looking at the board, total balance, I have got a little bit of Bitcoin here. My current mining power is at 0. That dropped down, so we're going to take a look at purchasing a new contract today, and then, of course, your mining rewards. Now, as you can see here, under cloud mining contracts, I have 47.2 terahashes, with this being my total BTC mined overall. as you can see, I'm earning about 7,400 Satoshis per day, which if we quickly hop over into Preve here, just a simple Bitcoin calculator, we can take a look. I just want to confirm that I read that right. Was no, so it's, yeah, 7,400. It's 4 zeros and then 74. So that's about $8.73 per day, completely passively. Once this investment was made, I don't log into this site every day. You don't have to. It goes into your balance. You know, really at this point, the only reason to log in is to withdraw or increase your mining power. So very cool there. And then they do also have a few other options here where you can either purchase an ASIC with hosting, so you actually buy the entire computer and then they host it for you. You get paid here on the website. There are renting ASICs, so again, renting an entire machine, and then buying and selling ASICs hosted at the ECOS. So that's kind of a peer-to-peer thing. Now, I haven't done anything with these three options, so I don't want to speak too much to their legitimacy, how they work, but based on the cloud mining side of things, I would definitely be interested in looking into this if it was something that would be a little bit more, something I was interested in. Now, let's take a look at purchasing a contract. So if we say buy a contract here for cloud mining, as you can see, it comes in. I have 9 total active contracts. As you can see, I've gotten over $8,600 from this site. Of course, that's at today's current price. Actually, that's not at today's current price. That might just be the USD value. And then this is a Bitcoin value. I'm not entirely sure how they came up with that calculation looking at it. But as you can see, I don't know why this chart isn't loading, but you would just say buy contract. So this pulls in the calculator where you have a couple different options here, and you basically say how much you want to pay. Now, one thing that I do want to call out that I think is a really bad thing about this site. Again, I'm trying to make this an honest review. I do recommend this site, but there are some things I don't like. And the one here is the BTC price forecast slider. So when you are choosing a contract here, you can see there's 4 different options. The S21, that's 200 terahashes, a 234 version, and a 270 version. As you can see, the price of terahash per day varies throughout these, with this S21 at 200 terahashes having the lowest price per day. But at the same time here, you do also have to look at the service fee per day. So again, this S21 here with 270 has the lowest service fee per day. Now, the net output. This is basically what you are going to get out of the contract. So right now, it defaulted to $250 purchase price, getting you 5.94 terahashes. If you choose this one here, this says you're going to get $750. But the part that I don't like about this is that is based on if Bitcoin was $175,000, which of course it's not. You might think it'll get up there. I might think it'll get up to 175,000, but that is a complete guess. So I always recommend slide this down and get it as close to the current price of Bitcoin as possible. So what was Bitcoin at today? About $118,000. So if we move this over to right about 118,000, you can see a more realistic net output of 129% or $323. So you are basically making 29% on the purchase price of this miner. So with that, you can then go ahead and select buy. As you can see, they've got a nice breakdown here. They do accept credit cards, bank transfers, and cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, Ethereum, both USDT and USDC, Ripple, Cardano, Dogecoin, and Tron. So they do have some crypto options here. And as you can see, the duration here is 60 months that you'll have this contract. So again, this is something like mining. Now, you might be thinking here, 60 months, you're getting a total output, again, that number's skewed a little bit, but your break even is 610 days. You might be looking at that saying, that's crazy. That's a really long break even time. And yes, you're right. But that's what makes this site legit, is you are actually renting these terahashes. You are actually mining here with ECOS. If you were to go out and purchase one of these machines yourself, you would be looking at a break-even time somewhat similar, and that's very dependent on Bitcoin's price. So keep that in mind when you're looking at this. But it is really that simple to get started, and this kicks into effect the following day. So if you made a purchase right after watching this video, you could be earning Bitcoin passively within 24 hours. So super cool. Again, they do have a few different options here. They've got like ASIC Marketplace, which again, if you want to dive into that, it is something a little different. I don't have any personal experience with it, but they have a ton of them on here where you can either purchase them and then, get them, or have them hosted here at ECOS, where they'll show up right in your main dashboard. So as you can see, it's a fairly simple site. They've got a few trials running right now. As you can see, they've got trial mining, so feel free to check out the link in the description below, hop into the site, take a look around, see if it's something you're interested in. But as always, please do your own research on sites like this. Of course, I can only speak to my experiences, which have all more or less been very positive with the site, with the exception of that calculator. I've never missed a payment, and I really don't have anything bad to say about the overall function and performance of the site, but that does not mean they're going to be here tomorrow. So please do your own research. If you have any questions about this site, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you liked this video, consider hitting the like button. It really does help us out and allow us to provide these videos for free here on YouTube for you. And if you're looking to support the channel a little further, we do also have the channel memberships and super thanks options down below, which of course any support in that area is greatly appreciated. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in my next video.